in secret because they didn't announce where they were going to go. Nobody knew. And, they didn't announce where they were going. It was kind of a secret deal.
We had the cities that were
bidding and stuff,
right.
But there wasn't like they had like town hall meetings and referendums for the community to say, but this is what we would like to see in this. This is what we would like. They didn't do that, and that's why.
Okay, does Walmart do that?
I'm just saying how you get buy-in on a project. I know how you get buy-in though. So when they roll this thing out, and particularly, how do they not have her in a back room somewhere going, look, lady, ma'am, here's what the deal's gonna look like. What could we do to make this also palatable for you?
Because she's not important enough.
Okay,
that's why.
We found out how important she shut it down.
Well,
you know what? Like it.
And that idiot caused 50,000 jobs.
Can I get a disclaimer for the idiot comment?
No, that's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Everybody gets disclaimers from me.
And that's why she's beginning to get on my nerves, and idiots like that are going to be what gets Donald Trump.
I don't know. I think she's a voice. She's a voice, and I'm not asking that we agree or disagree. The reality of it is the fact that she came in and boxed the deal.
I am telling you, I disagree with it, and I think it's idiotic. The campaign that they ran against Amazon, and I'm glad Jeff Bezos did what he did.
I'm gonna tell you the reality.
I'll take my ball and I'll go home. If y'all don't want me to play.
When I was an undergrad at USF and the Kappas wanted to do something, right? Mm-hmm. The first thing we would say is, who is connected with the student body president? So we go over and have a conversation before we roll this thing out, and we get bopped on the head. If I was Amazon, I would be calling in my entire negotiation team going, who missed that? How did y'all miss? This was such a big issue.
Nope.
They look like
this is business,
they
baby.
look like idiots, though.
This is business.
Okay, so what happens now? If you were Amazon, what would you be saying to your negotiation team that put that deal together?
I mean, bye.
No, I'd be saying
bye. We're gone.
I would say
gone.
I'd say bye. I know what I'd say. Y'all are fired because you made us look bad.
Answer.
They put a bad deal together.
No, they did not put a bad deal together.
Yeah, they did.
It's $3 billion. They were given $3 billion, but look at the return on that. And so you don't care. And you know what? And Ocasio-Cortez is no different than Donald Trump because she doesn't care about the common man. She only cares about her agenda and what she wants to spew and scream. So to me, the Amazon deal going down is no better than Donald Trump not caring about the common man on a day-to-day basis.
I don't know enough about it.
That's the left for you. That's why I'm not a Democrat. That's exactly why I'm not a Democrat.
Big business.
Yeah,
big business has a bad rep.
You're anti-big business. The left is anti.
I'm just good. I'm just about efficient handling of business. And the fact that
Amazon 50,000 jobs is not efficient handling.
How does Amazon not know that people won't like their deal?
People don't give a damn about this former bartender.
How does Amazon not put a focus group together and say, what do y'all think about this?
I'll say it again. People don't give a damn about a former bartender. They don't. Someone who just got to.
How does this idiot, this former bartender shut down the biggest company in the country?
Because she raised hell.
Okay,
she raised enough hell as to where they said, I don't want to deal with this.
It's the same reason I think people need to pay attention.
She's the left's Donald Trump.
Right, and people need to pay attention to that. Because she couldn't be what she is if people didn't follow her. Donald Trump could be where he is unless people went along with that for some reason. And the big question is, what is it that you're looking for?
She's Trump left. That's exactly what she is.
You just want to slander niggas' name.
She is Trump left.
Look.
That's exactly what she is.
I'm impressed with people who can do the most with the least.
Oh, whatever. That's where she'll be in a couple years, back in the bar.
This deal ain't going nowhere, man.
Hey, you're on Straight Up the Middle. In Touch Radio, Reality Radio. Phone numbers 813-444-9588, 813-444-9588. We'll be back after the break.
We're playing your favorite old school. R&B with a smooth touch of jazz. You're listening to In Touch Radio.
Hello, this is Angie Fox, founder of the Ash Wednesday Cigar Club. We meet every first Wednesday of the month at a Tampa Bay area cigar lounge. $20 per person includes a featured cigar, libation, appetizers, and a door prize ticket. Check out our list of upcoming events at ashwednesdaycigarclub.com.
My name is Gil Sampson. I didn't come from a very rich family, and so paying for college would have been very tough. I don't know if I would have been able to go to the college that I went to, and then I don't know if I would have gotten into the career that I am in. So I think Bright Futures has done a lot to shape my life. Got a job as a structural engineer, and I design residential buildings, commercial buildings all over the United States. Because of Bright Futures, I was able to go to college. You know, so many kids just don't even ever get that opportunity, and to be able to do it and not have any debt when I graduated is amazing, and it was all thanks to Bright Futures.
Florida has created more than 1 million jobs in only 5 years, and a great education connects our students to these exciting opportunities. That's why the Florida Lottery has funded Bright Futures scholarships to help over 725,000 students attend college. Because every play is for education. The Florida Lottery. Just imagine.
In Touch Radio, reality radio, where everyone's a star. You're on Straight Up the Middle. Just had a good discussion about that lady up in New York raising all the But you know what, though? I'm going to tell you something else that we need to touch on. What's her name? Omar. With the anti-Semitic, or what they considered anti-Semitic comments, all about the Benjamins.
Yeah.
And again, you can't do that. And that's that whole, you know, that little group right there.
You don't think everybody's being too sensitive?
Not there. You can't do that there. Not with that kind of assertion. I understand what you're trying to get across.
So what's the slur of all? Help me out. I will
all
say
about
this.
The Benjamins, the tribe of Benjamin.
I am not all versed in things offensive to Jewish people.
Okay.
I'm going to say that right now. I don't. It's kind of, and I've learned this when I got around some white people who really didn't understand some offensive things. They knew that it was listed as offensive, but they didn't know what was offensive about it. They knew to stay away from this thing though.
Right.
But tell me what's offensive and just educate me and I guess maybe some of my listeners.
Well, it's the whole thing about Jewish people and their money.
Okay.
And
that Jewish people control the world's money source and have manipulated the world for hundreds of years.
Exactly. So you know exactly what
I think
what
that's what right. I'm just,
for her to say all about the Benjamins. Talking about AIPAC, and I get it. You know.
And she was saying that AIPAC is and the politicians that they support is just about getting money.
That's really
why is that a slur though?
All about their agenda being pushed by money.
But why is that offensive though?
Well, you know what? That's one of those things where, like we say, a woman can do certain things and she can be called this, and a man can do this and he can be called that. It's just what it is. It's one of those things you're not going to be able to get away.
So it's inappropriate to say something about Jewish people in reference to money?
Anytime you cross that line and you start dealing with money, you're going to have some issues.
This is the moment where we say what people say to us. Stop being so sensitive.
Well,
this is a moment we say, they tell us, hey, stop it, you black people. You're just too sensitive, okay? Get over it. Slavery's over. This is a moment that we say, listen, stop being so sensitive.
The views of Straight Up.
That's right. The views are.
Definitely.
I'm just saying, though. Don't run over here with that.
And I get it because,
conceptually, though.
Look, and they were talking about, I saw a couple clips of even Donald Trump. Donald Trump was giving speeches, and he was saying, you know, I know I did them just like you guys did them, you know, and he was referring to them in negotiating.
Yeah, no,
and
really.
Money. Yeah, right. I get it.
He's been plenty of times.
But the thing is, we know that's going to cause, and people are not going to think about it. They're going to automatically jump to that conclusion.
Let me take you another notch on this.
Okay.
It's okay for an alleged Christian white guy to say something derogatory about Jewish people,
right?
But it's not for a Muslim to say it because of a history of conflict between Muslims and Jews.
Bingo.
That's not a slur though. That's not a slur though.
Well, you say it's not a slur.
No, it's not a slur.
You say it's not a slur, but now she's being chastised. I mean, Nancy Pelosi.
I thought she drove it right in on him. She said, "Listen, thank you all for educating me." Right? About this stuff.
But what did Trump say?
Wait a minute.
What did Trump say? He says, I think she should resign. Right.
He has no standing to say resign.
But see,
he needs to just do another video about where he grabs women at.
But that's the thing.
What are you talking about?
I mean, we already see, though, America doesn't care.
So that's what I'm saying about this.
They don't care. And with our history with Muslims right now,
right?
You already know.
I agree with, we want to have an environment where people of various backgrounds and ethnicities are not subjected to being offended and slurred. I got that, right. But I don't control if you get offended.
We're not there yet, and you cannot light a match around a gas can and think there's not the possibility of it exploding.
I didn't listen. Isn't that a song? It's all about the Benjamins. Isn't that a song?
It is, and I mean,
I've never heard anybody come out and say okay.
But what was Diddy talking about though? Diddy was talking about the big face. Remember the money was going to the big face Benjamins, and so that's what he was talking about there. And it is. There's actually a line in that song, and I'm not trying to offend anyone, but if on some of your CDs it's actually pulled out, it says stack chips like Hebrews.
Yep,
that line. You're right. Yeah, that line is taken out in
deep.
some.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and because they were offended by it.
Yeah. Okay. So let me say. So Michael Jackson says something about was it kites or something, or kikes?
Well, come on.
Something like that. Right. Yeah. I don't know Jewish stuff, so to me it was just another word. Once I was educated, and Michael Jackson got the publicity he wanted.
You can't say those
but he
things.
got the publicity he wanted. He then took that out of the song and re-released it. That's
you
okay
can't
though,
do that.
right? So in this situation though, I've not heard this thing blown to this extent. I know what this is about. Again, Republicans, everybody wants to be a victim. Right. Everybody wants to be offended.
And everybody wants something that they can jump on as an agenda item to ignite their base.
What's the agenda item here though? You're offended, so now what?
Look, let's get this Muslim. That's what the agenda is.
She's going nowhere.
She's not. She's not. The people voted her in. I'm gonna tell you
something. If you got the fortitude in today's market, just because you do something wrong and you're not perfect and people out you for something, you don't have to resign and go home in disgrace. Trump has made that abundantly clear.
Unless it's Virginia, right? Unless it's Virginia, right?
Yeah. It really wasn't. It was just an opportunity. But I'll tell you one thing she did though. She got in that hearing and she started bopping Trump's appointee all over the head though.
And this is the deal though. What's happening is she's becoming associated with that whole new freshman class, and what I don't want them to do is lose their opportunity to really be legitimate because of just stupid things like this. I mean, it seemed like it was just an off the cuff, I want to clap back at somebody kind of thing, instead of, being well thought. And my thing is, look, pick and choose your battles wisely. Yeah, well, no, Omar. Yeah, she's a part of that same group. They run together. So, look, pick and choose your battles so you can be effective. People are not going to listen to you, and from now going forward, there's going to be some sort of stigma with her.
Let me say this though. They're not going to speak to that small group of independents in the middle demanding people can't function without stumbling along and growing and developing. I don't think America's as tightly wound about this stuff anymore. That thing with Donald Trump and that video about him grabbing women and then he's still getting elected, it spoke to me loudly. That people are okay with people messing up, making mistakes, and you move on.
No, it's not about people being okay with everybody doing it. It's certain people being able to do it.
I think if this lady, she could walk into Congress and go, okay, everybody who's never said something out of line, made a mistake, offended somebody, you stand up. She's fine. I don't think she.
I mean, we saw it with Al Franken. They ran Al Franken.
You know what he did? He was weak and he ran himself out. All he had to do is say, hey, listen, guys, it was a joke. Move on.
No, that's you guys trying to claim this moral high ground. And speaking of moral high ground, now, yeah, we are going to deal with it. Virginia, crying Jordan face, the whole state.
How about this? I was looking up this morning to see how many resignations we have.
I mean, they're still fighting. They're still fighting. And then I saw
they're not going nowhere.
I saw Rahm Emanuel last night supporting him, saying that he does think that Northam is best positioned to be able to help with racial.
We own him now. Listen, listen, the black community in Virginia owns him now. Leave him there. He's indebted to y'all. Let him sit still. He will give you anything y'all need.
So what do we say about what's his Fairfax? What do we say about?
I say go back to the Trump tape. That's what I say. That is not a disqualifier.
So are you?
America's about justice and fairness. I don't think anybody he need not go home. This happened allegedly before he was elected. Due process, play it out. If there's a crime, let's see it play out. But no longer am I okay with people being just vilified and convicted because somebody in the corner says somebody did something to me 20 years ago.
Well, but I mean, again, going back to rape, allegations of rape and assault.
Right. I mean, again, though,
is that what you're saying?
No, I think that should be investigated,
right,
and it should be determined what happened. That's what I'm saying. Like this is what the difference in that and Kavanaugh is. And Kavanaugh, they were saying, no need to investigate, y'all. It's a long time ago. Let's move on. I say investigate it, but I don't want people convicted on allegations. I don't want you losing your full life standing because somebody says you did
and I get that, and that's the one thing that I have a problem with. It's like these people. We got a call coming in. The one thing, hey caller, who's calling? Where you calling from?
Hey, this is the professor.
Good morning. What's going on? But hey, professor, hold on just 1 second. That's the one thing that I do dislike. I don't like when there is a situation where people want to take your livelihood away. They want to put you in a situation where you're impoverished. You know. But professor, go ahead. What's going on, man?
Well, what's being talked about? Are we talking blackface? I wasn't listening.
Talking about how Omar.
Now, how you gonna jump in? How you gonna jump in the game when you ain't even warmed up yet?
Two things. You can comment on two things I want to hear. With how Omar whooped your boy during the hearing, smacked him down, and how your president rolled out that weak emergency. I don't know whether to run outside or to take a knee. What to do with that announcement he rolled out?
Hey. Let's take Omar. Yeah, we'll get her out of this soon enough. We'll tie her and AOC together.
That's what what did I just tell you? What did I just tell you?
It's just like, and I told you guys before, Nancy Pelosi is like that fine woman back in the day, but she had all those bad kids. That's what she's like. Nancy had all these bad, big mouth kids that nobody's going to want to date her. And the Democrats come 2020, it's going to be a mess. It's just going to be a mess. I'm glad you guys got almost 20-something odd people running.
But none of them matter. I think the two that are going to matter, or the three that are going to matter, are Beto, Klobuchar, and Biden. Those are the three. The rest of them don't even matter. I'm saying it.
Well, let's just hope Biden can survive a Me Too background check.
Okay. Well, if that's the case, then you're gonna really have a problem, because it's going to be what I think should be the Democrats who they should push, and it should be Beto and Klobuchar. I think that
Beto.
Yes.
Well, when he comes out and he has, and I didn't see his rally, but I'm told
I did.
He had his people waving Mexican flags, and he's going on record saying he is for tearing down the existing walls. I don't think he's going to make the cut.
That's Fox News, man. Not true. Fake news. That's Fox. I heard that on Fox. That is not true. That was fact checked, and it was not true. The guy's platform is solid. He's a solid politician.
So did he not have people waving Mexican flags?
Oh, I mean, if he did, so what?
Well, you say you watched it.
Yes, but if he did, I didn't hear him say that. I saw the Mexican flags. He was saying that we are an inclusive. Yeah, I watched the rally. I didn't see the Mexican flags. I've heard that.
He didn't send in the Gestapo to take the Mexican flags.
No, but what he was saying in the rally
that's
was
that's what happened.
Was that we are inclusive and there should be a path to citizenship.
But there are people,
and I have no problem.
But that's not. There's a 40% of America that disagrees with you on that, and those are Trump people.
Yeah.
So he just not right.
Right. Well, I tell you what though, there's nothing new about the Democrat platform. You guys are leaning hard left, and you can't take your foot off the pedal. And you want to tell me that Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer somehow are going to moderate this? You guys are going so far to the left, you're going to have the same thing that happened. You remember, Barack Obama hadn't been good at pulling anybody over. He can pull himself over, and he can do it. He can hang with the best on that.
Again, let's go back to Beto, though. Let's go back to Beto. I'm going to slam you here. What about his agenda is far left?
I don't know much about this, to tell you the truth.
Right, that's what I'm telling you. He's going to be a problem.
Yeah,
for you guys.
He's not nearly as far left as Ocasio and some of the other.
He's playing it. He's playing it smart, and if you notice
got a populist message.
what he's doing is he's separating himself from the Obama. Biden kind of message.
It's a more center left lane that was wide open. Nobody's there, and he's waiting for those other left people to go so far left.
Right, and cliff. That's why I say also we watched Klobuchar's her announcement when she stood outside in the cold for 20-something minutes.
Her hair froze.
It did. Her hair froze, but and then she went on Fox and she handled her business over there. Mm-hmm. They really couldn't get her over there.
Yeah, but I thought they made some comments about her appearance and like how she looks.
I mean, and so what? But I'm talking about the basis.
I think nobody wants to say it. I mean, especially the woman on the left. She's going to come across as angry.
How's she coming across as angry?
Wait a minute. And you don't think Trump came across as angry?
How did she? Yeah, Trump didn't come across as angry.
It's a double standard or not. I'm just one that will say it.
Okay, that's fine. Look, okay, nothing.
A woman that comes across as angry does not fare well.
No, I want
to
hear your comment.
How is she angry? How is she angry? What is she angry about?
I'm just saying she comes across as angry. I don't have to defend that.
No, that's just, man. You watch anything else but Fox?
Exactly, man. Hey, look,
really?
Hold on,
I've never seen her come across as angry.
Here's what I want to hear from you. We're going to leave that alone. We're going to come back to that, though. I want to hear your comments about this emergency declaration rollout and where do we go from here?
Well, we get the $8 billion, I guess, and I'm just repeating what I hear as far as the talking point.
There you go.
But we knew it was coming. There's nothing new about that. And here's the thing. I heard someone, I don't know the gentleman's name, he's saying, Trump could not convince the Democrats it was an emergency. The Democrats didn't want to convince him.
What about Republicans?
But you know what? He couldn't even convince his national security advisors.
What about the Republicans? Could he convince them?
I want him to answer. What about his national security advisors? He couldn't convince them.
Well, look, we know, but I've said this before. There are people in the Republican Party that don't want to see Trump do well.
I'm talking about his national security advisors.
His appointed folks.
I get that. I get that.
Yeah, his national security advisors, those that are placed in that position to handle that particular work stream.
Right. Got it.
Listen, I don't think his national security advisor does not think there's an issue at the border. He may not want Trump, just like there are a lot of people.
Come on, man.
This sets a bad precedent for him to declare a national emergency.
There's not a national emergency at the border. Even the mayor of El Paso said it wasn't.
Are you implying that people, that some of the folks in the Republican Party are trying to sabotage his effort, and so the only way to get this done was to make up this emergency and then declare it and go from there?
Is that a question?
Yeah, that's a question.
You're asking me that people in the Republican Party...
Right, I'm trying to figure out why. I'm just trying, is that an emergency or is this just a way to go around the obstruction that's being presented by the Republicans and the Democrats in Congress?
Well, I think it's a combination. I think the numbers on the border warrant itself, and I don't hear any border people. See, we hear politicians, we hear all Democrats, but we don't hear many border people that's taking the mic and saying, hey, wait a minute, President Trump, we don't really need this. I don't hear border people.
We absolutely did this week. We heard the church that...
I heard residents saying, look.
Yeah, exactly.
They're putting the wall behind my house, and
right.
I have cameras out here. We don't have people coming through my yard. Only people come through here are government officials.
Right. The church that was down there that said they didn't want it. They didn't need it. They didn't think there was a need for it because they would lose the church.
Well, I mean, we can find a lot of people on both sides that say we want it, we don't want it, it's an emergency, it's not an emergency.
I don't think when you have an emergency, when a house is on fire, when a house is burning down, very few people dispute that there's an emergency. When somebody's having a heart attack, people don't dispute we have an emergency.
Exactly.
When the 9/11 happened, nobody said, I don't what we call this thing.
I wanted Saddam to hear. I wanted him to hear back from him.
But do you agree that we have an emergency at the border that warrants the president usurping Congress's authority?
Right.
He's not outside of his. Now they're going to test that. But here's let me step back because I need you guys to have this. The same rationale, the same logic that the council just laid out. If there was an emergency, if there was a fire, if there was this, why did Democrats vote for a wall before if there was no need for one?
Oh, there's a need for one. That to make an emergency. I need a new lawnmower.
It's not an emergency now.
It's not an emergency.
And my question,
why not?
But my question is now, when you guys when you had the opportunity, you had the $26 billion, why didn't you build it then?
And stop trying to make this a Democrat issue.
Yeah,
this
why,
Republicans.
Right. Why did you?
The Democrats are stopping it, so it has to be a Democrat issue.
No, but why didn't you build it then? You had Trump, again, not being a politician, not having sense enough to know how to play the game. I mean, he did this to himself. He shot himself in the foot.
Here's my thought is I don't think he wanted to build a wall under Republican authority. He wanted to give the Congress a way to absolve itself of responsibility. That's really, I think, what he's doing because he's afraid that the backlash from the voters is going to be too heavy.
It is. I mean, look, all I'm saying is I don't even see why this is an issue, why we have to be concerned with this. Mexico was going to build it, right?
And pay for it.
But that was more of a campaign thing. Mexico's gonna pay for it. That's what
it was a campaign thing. No, lying, right? Like he got all his teeth in his mouth. He lying.
It's just a sounding box for you guys. You guys still cannot defend the fact that the past administration didn't do it, but they all voted for it. And just like
because it wasn't an emergency.
But why'd they vote for it?
They voted for some sort of protection or some sort of border, but not a barrier. Right, a barrier. They voted for a barrier, not a wall.
And you know the thing about this that really speaks to the Democrats' position is they gave him more money for border security than he even asked for.
Right. This is on your guy.
More money. The wall piece is the piece that's problematic and where he's putting it at.
So he laid it out. He declared it. They're going to sue him. That it's going to go to the different courts and get to the Supreme Court. Who's taking bets that the Supreme Court's not going to back them?
I think they don't back them.
I absolutely think they don't.
Because I think if you look at this from just a conservative constitutional argument, Congress decides where money gets spent.
Right.
And if you start with that principle, he's in trouble.
Right. And you know what? We got 2 minutes, guys. So, look, and bottom line to that, he's going to have to fight a battle of whatever comes down from the Mueller probe. And then on top of that, with these guys tying him up with the investigations, he's not going to have time. He's not going to have time to fight this battle. He's not going to get the wall built. Man. He's not going to he's not going to get that wall built.
The wall. He's not going to don any hats and put any boots on.
Hey, finish the wall now. It's finished the wall, right?
Right, exactly.
No, they didn't finish the wall.
It's finished the wall.
But
the wall that hadn't been started, right?
I tell you what, that's right. I was for him declaring that emergency, and I've been saying that, hey, if that's what it takes to get this wall done, get it done. And we don't need to play word games. Oh, no, it's a barrier. Well, it's a see-through wall. No, it's a brick wall. See, all that is just noise.
Yeah, it's trash is what it is. It's trash. It's absolute trash. What he's doing is he's setting a precedent of I don't listen to my cabinet. I do what I want to do. And we don't need that. We don't need that in the White House. So I hope
we don't need that in the White House.
We don't need that in the White House. I think I hope right now, I hope that he does go through with the fight. And he does lose again, and so the base can really start to see what they elected. That's what I hope happens.
No, but here's the thing. You act as though we don't know what we elected.
Exactly. That's the sad part.
No. What you elected. We didn't elect.
Right. That's the sad part. Hey, guys, we got to cut this short. We are not even really going to get our parting shots. We want to wish everyone, hope you had a great Valentine's Day. See you next week. Hey, and everybody, I didn't get a chance to tell you, go out, check out tymeds.com. Check out the progress. Thanks for joining Straight Up the Middle, In Touch Radio, Reality Radio, where everyone's a star. See you next week.
Touch Radio, the most loved station across the nation. In Touch Radio. Tell a friend. In Touch Radio.